I honestly think that finals MVPs and even championships to some extent get overvalued when it comes to historically great players because basketball is a team sport.
Yep.
And Curry was already up amongst the greatest players of all time, even before this. So I'm not downing Steph at all. But the last thing I do want to say about the Celtics, really, before this, before we don't have to talk about them anymore, is just to reject this idea of experience winning out here. Like, I don't really agree because the best players on the Warriors, or besides Curry, the guys that really stepped up were guys like Andrew Wiggins and Kevon Looney and Gary Payton, who don't have that experience. And Draymond Green was terrible for half the series. Klay Thompson shot 5 for 20 in the closeout game. Like, Draymond and Klay were not that good. And then even Jordan Poole came in off the bench. Obviously, he doesn't have any finals experience and stepped up really well, too. So you could argue, like, okay, maybe it's stuff that Draymond and Steph and Andre Iguodala did with them in practice that got them there. Maybe that's an argument you can make. But the Celtics had veterans, too, and, like, Marcus Smart didn't play great. I think it was like the Warriors' younger players, like Gary Payton specifically, were a huge reason for all the turnovers that we saw. So I think the whole team deserves credit, and it's a lot of guys that didn't have finals experience.
All right, Chinmay, what are they going to say now? Andrew Wiggins, like, carried the team here?
That's exactly what the Warriors were saying in the post-game, news conference and presentation. What are they going to say now? In 2015, it was, LeBron didn't have any help. Kyrie was hurt. Kevin Love was hurt. In 2017 and 2018, it was Kevin Durant, and it was a super team. And what are they going to say now? So I think Mike Greenberg on the countdown presentation kind of hinted at this, and I think it makes a lot of sense. This was like the validation title for the Golden State Warriors. Like, there were no excuses here for anybody to poke holes in the Warriors this time. Like, this team was good and was good throughout their whole run, and this kind of cemented it. And we'll see what they can – I mean, this team is not going anywhere. Ever since that first championship, there has never been a series that the Warriors have lost when Steph, Klay, and Draymond have played in every single game. They haven't lost a postseason series yet since that first championship. So this team is not going anywhere, and I think – It was great for Steph Curry to finally get a Finals MVP. He probably should have won in 2015. We kind of value, game impact is something that gets, something that's overvalued, I think. And Iguodala did make an impact in that series, but I still think Steph was the best player for the Warriors then. And we'll see if he can keep it going. We'll see if this team can keep it going because they haven't lost when those three guys are on the floor together for a whole series. And maybe they get another one. So it was a nice little validation of everything that they've accomplished as a trio and as an organization.
Jeff, Steph Curry carried this team most of the season, and now no one can point to Kevin Durant for this ring.
Absolutely. As much as Stephen Curry wants to play this off, winning Finals MVP is the one thing he had left on his bucket list. He admitted that he looks at social media, so he's got to be stuck knowing that he's hearing the narrative that he can't win without KD. He doesn't show up in the finals, and he got the last laugh on Thursday. We're talking about a 4-time NBA champion now, 2-time MVP, 8-time All-Star, and a guy who completely revolutionized the game. I try not to fall into recency bias, but there's a chance he had more of an impact on the game of basketball than any other player in NBA history. You look at how it's being played right now in the modern era. With this win, in my book, he's a top 10 player of all time. He deserves all the praise he's going to get. And then to quickly touch on the 2015 Finals MVP going to Andre Iguodala, can we now just look back on that, as Chinmay was saying, and realize how ridiculous it was that he got Finals MVP just for defending LeBron and containing LeBron? And I still think he averaged over 30 points per game in that series. So Curry should have got it back then, finally got it last night.